welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie. So today I'm going to show you guys how I make my dashboards, or agenda covers or covers for your planners. So I'm just going to give you guys a kind of a little view of what I've made already, and I'm going to show you two different ways. So here are some that I already made, and these are for a PM agenda that I have ordered. And that is the LV PM, and that is considered pocket size. And these are just some of the tabs that I cut from these chopping mats. So these chopping mats are from Dollar Tree. You could purchase them in the kitchen aisle, and they where all you keep all the kitchen items. So if you pick up that, you get 2 pieces. So you definitely can make a few covers depending on the size you use, and whatever style you would like them in. So I'm just going to give you a variety of some that I've made. Let me put this against a background that you can see it a little better. So here is one that I made, and it is the style here, and it just has my name, and then I laminated it, so that is what it looks like. And then this other one, and there's a sticker inside of here. So I'm just going to show you guys how I did this and the materials that I use. So as I said, you're going to need a pack of the chopping mats. You're going to need some type of paper. So the paper that I'm using is scrapbook paper, and this is from Michaels, and this is their Craft Smart paper pads. So I'm going to use one of these because I'm going to do a Christmas one, because this one that I did with my name on it is more of a, I would say, spring. So I'm going to make another one going into winter. So let me just move everything to the side and show you guys what I'm doing. So the next thing you're going to need is either 5 or 10 mil, and that is the size of paper. I mean, you use whatever you have on hand. I'm just not here for just buying things for the sake of buying it if you don't need it. But this is laminating sheet, and this is in the 5 MIL, I believe. So that is what it looks like, and you'll need that. And I wanted to pick a pattern from here. Not quite sure what I wanted to use, because I'm not actually going to use the whole thing. I think I might just use something simple like this, because I really didn't want anything too specific, like Christmassy, but something that could take me through winter. And I feel like something like that is simple. Let me just flip through these ones quick. I mean, all of these are so pretty, as you can see. This one's really pretty too, but yeah, I think I might just stick with something simple like that. And you'll also need some either stickers that you can use in order to do your name. So I have some stickers here that I'm gonna pull. Just put these down. So I have some stickers in here that I'm gonna use, and they are, so let me make sure I have enough. So I do have a few packs of these, so hopefully I should have enough in order to do my name. And then we'll go from there. And this is why I kind of bulk buy, because you use, your vowels and all those other letters more often, right? So you end up needing to buy multiples in order to do what you need, right? So I'm going to make it, so the best thing that you're going to do is have a template. So what I did was I cut down some cardstock as my template. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. So this is the agenda dimensions. So I'm just going to cut this out first and then go from there, just so I have an idea. And you can either use the whole thing, or I might not even use the whole thing, but I'm still going to cut this out to give you guys an idea, so I can use it to do my letters. So I'm just going to cut this out. And there you go. So here is what I'm working with. And you might want to cut it a little bit smaller, and that way when you laminate it, you're going to have a bit of an edge around it. So that way you can work with, you know, cutting sort of the outside dimensions. So I would suggest going a little smaller, and that way when you're actually working with it, then, and what I'm going to also do is, so let's do this. So the last time I actually ended up putting the letters directly inside. So let me show you what I mean. Make sure I'm inside here like this. So what I did was, I think I'm going to do the same sort of style and cut this out and just do that as a top border. And let's do that first. You know, it's easier just to kind of go through a process than explaining things, but someone had asked how I make the dashboards. So I am going to definitely show you guys how I do it, sort of my thought process, and go from there. So I'm just going to cut this down. I think I'll go like this, and then maybe go across like that. I mean, that's pretty too. Let's see what I like better. You could do something like this, right? And then use this as your template. So if you have two of them, and then that way I know how far I can go up or down. And I think I kind of like that instead of doing, and I just line it up. So when I'm going to cut it, it's going to seal here. Give yourself a little bit of space sort of around the edges, and you want to go right up into the, because that's going to seal, and that's the way you're going to put it in. So that the end that opens, sorry, the end that's sealed is where you're going to send it through the laminating machine first. So you know what? I did that opposite. So let's do it this way. Okay. So I'm just going to put this one under as a template so I know exactly how far up I can go. And that way I'm not kind of overshooting. I may not be able to do my whole name, but we'll see in a minute. So let's start. So I'm just going to put my name, and then I will come back. That way I won't bore you guys, right? Okay, so I'm back and I'm done. So all I did was just spell out my name. As you can see, I know that Happy Planner, a lot of their sticker books do carry letters at the back. So definitely check that out and see if you have any letters. As I said, you know, try to use up whatever you have before you go out and you purchase things. You know, I'm very much an advocate for that reason. So I'm just going to run this through my laminator. You could add some more things in here. Maybe I could put another like sort of, you know, Christmas decor or something in here. I have lots of stickers. So let me take a look and see what stickers I have first. So I think I'm just going to use this sticker. It's super cute. It just says melanin poppin'. I'm sorry, just melanin. Little girl. I got these from AliExpress, and I have a haul video, and you guys can check out that playlist from my shopping hauls, and it is there, and the links for the store. Hopefully it's not closed down. I'm just going to stick this on. I'm going to stick her. Just stick her up here. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick her up here. Just right there like that. So I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to, I'm just going to run it through the laminator and show you guys. You can see I'm just running it through my laminator, and I kind of have it like a contraption, like I have this underneath, and make sure that you're putting it through where the opening is, sorry, where the end is. So that was where I lined it up, and that's where I'm starting, and then just send it through. And it just takes a little while. This was $20. It's just a Scotch, like cheap laminator. You can get these probably on sale for less than $20. And yeah, and just run it through, and you know, it doesn't take very long. And then you end up with, you know, something like this, and you're good to go. So when I am doing it, sorry, I was doing another project, so don't mind the mess. I actually run it through twice. That way I can get a good like grip, and I know it's sealed well. And then I'll show you guys how I cut it. Okay, so I ran it through the laminator for a third time. I just remembered that I should have told you guys, make sure that it's on the right laminating setting. I put it on 3 instead of 5. So I had to go through one more time just to make sure everything's kind of sealed up. So I am actually going to leave my laminator on, and I'm going to cut this out, and I'm just going to line this up here. I was having a brain freeze for a minute there because I was just about to cut it and realize that it wasn't even in the right spot. So you got to make sure that you put this in the right spot in order to cut it, and then go from there. So I'm just going to cut it like as close to this edge because I am cutting this a little bigger than I probably would have. Actually, no, it should be okay. So it's not that off, and just make sure I'm not cutting off sort of where I need to go. So there we go. So I think here should be good. And then I'm just going to cut it down. And these laminating sheets are, you know, this is what you're left with. I mean, you can use these too, just like to make like to use them for sticky notes. And if you don't, like if you already have even the self like healing ones, like, or self sealing ones, I should say, you could use those for dashboards, anything you have. And then I'm just gonna cut this one down again. And I just make sure I'm not cutting directly into the letters or anything like that. That way it doesn't open, and just do that. And I'm just gonna throw it back in and, you know, let this go through again. But as you can see, that is what it looks like. So I'm just gonna throw that back in there. So in the meantime, I will come back and show you how to finish those up. If you have a punch, I'm gonna use this at the end and show you guys how I round them out. Now I'm gonna show you how I use the chopping mats. So the chopping mats come in, the size is 11 by 14. So if you are wondering what the size was, I don't know if I have the whole size in there. Yeah, so 11 by 14. I already have some already cut down. I'm actually gonna make another tab. So these were ones that I used for a happy planner, but and for disc bound. And these ones, I don't know, my arc punch might punch through this, and I think I did use it, but the stem is a little short for me, so I end up using just a regular hole punch. So I would just grab, you know, a single hole punch and go from there. Let me grab my single hole punch, and I have this one too, so maybe I'll try that one. And then, so trial and error with you guys here watching, and grab a Sharpie pen as well. That way I can mark off where I need to punch. So here you go. These cut fairly simple. I'm actually not going to use this one because this is my sharper one and I don't want to dull that out. So I have a second one that I'm going to use. And then you're just going to cut this down to the size you need. So I'm going to grab this sheet again, and you're going to need to line it up. And it's fairly simple. Line it up like this. And you're going to cut it down. And as I said, as dull as this one probably is, it still works. You could even use the rest remaining of this for like a bookmarker, whatever you want. So I'm going to make some page tabs. So I'm going to actually cut this a little bigger. So as you can see here, that is what it looks like, but I want it to hang over just slightly over, not much, but I don't know, it's hard for you guys to see because it's clear how much more over I'm using it. So let's go like here, maybe just a little bit more than I need. You can see where I'm going to cut like right here, just a little bit more over. And then this is how you're going to, so if it doesn't go through, then you're definitely going to have to apply a little bit more pressure and just go down again. So here it is. I'm going to not cut off the edges. It's very simple to cut down. But all you're going to need to do is to cut inwards. You can use this, use your, so what you're going to do, if you want to do top tab, and I'll show you two different ways. So if you want to do top tab, you can either use your, and you could use scissors to do this as well. I'm just using this because it's what I have on hand. But all you're going to do is you're going to go in just ever so slightly. And then you're going to go in ever so slightly. And then I'm going to show you how that looks. So as you can see, this is what I have cut off. And you can see how much is left over. And then I'm just going to go down one. So you've cut off this little square here. And then go down one again. And cut off this other little square. And then when you're going to do different like sizes or tabs, what I would suggest you do is to line it up. That way you can know how much further, like I'm going to cut this one down a little bit more, because what I will end up doing is making another tab to go like in here, right? So that second tab can go in here. And then I'll show you the same way, same result, doing it the opposite way. So these were just, as I said, some old covers I had, and do this again. So if you go in here like this, you're going to cut it a little bit bigger on now the outside. So you're going to cut it a little bit bigger on the outside there. So let's go across first like this. So just cut that off. And then all you're going to do is to do a side tab. You're going to do the opposite. So now you're going to do it from the side here. So I'm just going to cut down a little bit more. So I'm just going to move this over. So just cut it down here like that. Lift it up. Go down. And give yourself some space, as you can see there. So I cut it all the way down here and all the way down here. Left myself some room. I'm just going to straighten this up. It's not quite cut straight. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and cut in like this. Go down. And then you're going to cut like this. So now I have what would be considered a side tab. You know, and these can be pretty pricey when you order them off of other websites. So, I mean, you can make several out of these. This is what this looks like. And I'm going to show you the finished product of my other. So here we go. So let's finish these up, get these out of the way. And as I said, you can use a single punch. If you have a better punch, then definitely go ahead and use that. I'm just waiting for the agenda to come before I punch it. But just to give you an idea, these will punch fairly easy. I just used this. And I've actually broken off the back of my punch. And that way I can see where I'm punching it. I line it up with, say, one of the ones that I have already. Just put a little dot there. And then you're just going to go in, line it up in the middle, and punch. And there you have it. And all you're going to do is take your scissors, and if it is disc bound, you're going to put 2 slits. like this. And if you're using it for me, if you're using it for a ring and not discs, I like to put just one slit. That way I can pull it in and out of my agenda easily. So here you go. These are the different styles. So it's either one slit or you're going to do 2 slits to use it for disc bound. And this is the final product. As you can see, I just put my name there. And then now that I have cut them all down and I've ran it through the laminator a few times, I'm just going to round out the edges. This thing works when it feels like that was already rounded from the existing laminating sheet. And just do that. So here you have it. These are basically my new dashboard, and then you're just going to hole punch it, and this is the other one, and you're going to hole punch this as well, and that is what they look like. And that's it. So if this was the side tab, you can use your letters that you have, like stickers, or use whatever works best for you. If you have like a label maker, which I do, so I use them and do my tabs and use my label maker. I can show you guys that as well. Here is one that I did before. I just used my clear label maker, and I just ended up putting that at the top of this dashboard. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned how to make the dashboards using the Dollar Tree chopping mats or using laminating sheets. And I hope to see you guys in the next upcoming video, because if you're not already subscribed, you know what you got to do. You got to subscribe in order to know when I'm going to put up another video, right? See you then. Bye.